Hello, everyone. Nature is an agreement. Just like the nude beach. Here you keep your bras and your crotch covered. Over there you drop everything and act like it's the most ordinary thing in the world that everyone is suddenly walking around naked. That's also how we deal with nature, at least in Holland. We make an agreement with each other that this or that piece of the country is nature, and we put a sign next to it and a fence around it. Nature itself, of course, must stick to this agreement. No thorns, please, no bites, and certainly no flooding. And it must also stick to the budget. After all, we've invested a lot of time and money in making nature in this country. Nature is also a feeling, a symbol for an escape from the rush of everyday life, a time and a place for reflection. We project onto nature our yearning for that which is larger than ourselves, larger than life, something which is not subject to the latest hype, fad, and fashion. Nature represents eternal values. There is something in us which longs for nature precisely because it's beyond our control. At the same time, paradoxically, we cannot bear the fact that it is beyond our control. So while we find the naturalness of nature attractive, at the same time we feel the urge to get a grip on it, to control it. Wildness must be tempered, certainly in the Netherlands. Nature is also an image. You might even say, without images, no nature. Without Discovery Channel, no wild animals in the Serengeti. Without amateur video, no tsunami. Without scented candles, no autumn smells. Without a ringtone, no birdsong. Without screensavers, no sunsets. That image of nature is supremely suited as a marketing tool. At the American supermarket chain Whole Foods, the Walhalla of all that is organic, I recently bought a bar of soap, $5.99 plus tax. Not cheap, but with this Sierra Cedar wild-crafted soap, whatever that means, you do have a piece of real nature in your hands. This is what I call the buy good, feel good principle. I quote, "California's Sierra Nevada, the deep heart of wilderness, has been the fuel of inspiration for generations of wilderness activists. The soap smells just like the Sierra because it is made from the spicy leaves of the cedar which blankets the mountain's western flanks. This is the real smell of a warm summer evening along the Tuolumne River, or stumbling out of your sleeping bag in the middle of the night with the impossibly cold wood smoke, Sierra air lighting up your senses." This was hard work for the copywriter. In the meantime, I am choking for air in my study. That's how strong this spicy Sierra cedar and smoke smell is that emanates from this soap in the box. But this way, I do always have a symbolic bit of wilderness at hand, fresh from the mountains. Americans are, of course, past masters at commoditizing and marketing a concept. And let's be honest, for most of us urban dwellers, nature is mostly a concept. So where does our fascination with wilderness come from? A fascination which we occasionally express in real time, but which usually takes the form of an image or a product. Not that long ago, wilderness was a threat, a vague but dangerous place that one did well to avoid. The Moors of the Dutch province of Drenthe, for example, now domesticated into the Florida of the Netherlands, well deserved then their name of woeste gronden, wild grounds. It was dangerous out there. You would get lost and disappear. And other than the sheep that grazed there, no one would ever find you again. After all, doesn't the book of Exodus in the Bible say that Christ fought with the demons in the wilderness? Now, however, wilderness has transformed into a kind of beckoning perspective, untouched by the banalities of daily life, such as suburbs, traffic jams, office parks, and commerce. Nature has become a buzzword for the unsullied, for the pristine. In America, wilderness symbolizes the founding myth of the nation, part and parcel of the epic struggle of the white inhabitants of the New World to make the land their own, to prove that they really deserved it. Wilderness, then, is a cultural, a human creation, a mirror in which we think to see nature, but onto which we in fact project our own unfulfilled longings. Wilderness has come to reflect the very civilization that we, its fans, seek to escape. In the book Uncommon Ground, Rethinking the Human Place in Nature, William Cronon writes, idealizing a distant wilderness too often means not idealizing the environment in which we actually live. That landscape that, for better or for worse, we call home. That is the paradox, according to Cronon. In our romanticized view of nature and our image of the wild, the human stands completely separate from the natural. That has horrendous implications, namely that our presence in nature, by definition, implies the downfall of nature. The place where we are is the place where nature is not. Our love of nature actually has set man and nature up against one another. So, nature is an agreement. That means it's a combination of feeling plus image plus brand. It's a surefire combination. Let's call it a collective delusion. That's why we can agree in all seriousness that a climbing wall in a business park is the Matterhorn. We can say that a garbage heap covered in snow is a ski village, that a soggy corner of a pasture is a nature area, that a decorated expedition hall is a tropical beach or a flower field. It's all a matter of convention and mutual agreement. Apparently, also in nature, not just in art, but also in nature, the replica and the spin-off are now just as good, if not better, than the original. Think of Walter Benjamin. If only because they are more easily controlled. Nature made to order, cut to size, tailored to fit the needs of us, the hasty mobile consumer. A nature of convenience, a green camping mattress that we can roll out wherever and whenever it suits us. Our most intimate interactions with nature now all pass through the filter of culture. Our nature consists of pets, milk from a bottle, meat that is pre-cut to a convenient size, the mowing of the lawn, a stroll in a park, a vacation in a tropical paradise. So, let me finish by asking us, what is the next nature? What's the next nature? It's no longer exclusively a physical place that you actually have to go to in order to experience. That's the old nature. The next nature comes to you, and you can take it with you anywhere. You can take it with you on your phone with multi-thousand pixel color screen, on your laptop, on your DVD player. You can even take it with you under the shower. Nature has gone virtual. It can be summoned at any moment, and it has a handy on and off button. That image and that feeling, those are the next nature, and they're just as mobile as you are. Thank you.